Well, I come from Ports of Stockholm. I've been working there for many years. My academic background is as a lawyer. I'm the general counsel of the company. And I've been working with environmental questions for many, many years, and followed the work and pushing the work of environmental work in the ports, but also taking part in different organizations like ESPO and BPO and so on, with the environmental, but always with the law in the back as a ground, I would say. Well, the title of my presentation and the 10 minutes I have been given is smartPORT. What does it mean for Ports of Stockholm? And you see the question mark. It isn't an easy question. It is an easy question to put, but it is more difficult to give an answer, I would say. And we have heard other speakers telling about what they see as a smart port, and it's a lot about IT solutions, I think, when people talk about it, but I see more in it to be a smart port. There's more than IT solutions. And hopefully when I end this 10 minutes, you have an idea, a picture, what at least I and Ports of Stockholm believe is a smart port today and tomorrow as well. Now I'll see if I can if I have something to... Is this one?
And push the green button, please.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
You didn't no instructions from him, you know?
I'm a bad moderator.
Let's start with history, because I think you should look a little bit back and think about what have you been doing, because I also believe you won't be a smart port with a quick fix. You have to work a little bit day by day, year by year, to become the smart port, because you must understand the business that you have yourself, you must understand your customer's business as well. We have a long history of environmental work in the Ports of Stockholm. We have been working for, I would say, for 40 years with direct environmental work. The first onshore power supply, which many talks about today, was built and installed in 1985. It was a low voltage, yes, but it was for a large ferry. And this equipment is still working today. Every day it's used. And so we are, of course, very proud of it. In the beginning of the 90s, we introduced a differentiation of the port fees. The idea was to encourage the ship owners, especially in the regular traffic between Stockholm and Finland, to use a bunker that had a better sulfur content that was used of other ships. The idea was that it should have the same content in their bunker of sulfur that was used for heating in the houses. But that isn't something. We also, when we did this, we thought about our own impact, but also our customers' impact, as you can understand. Well, what do we see in today and in the future then? Well, we have somewhat new challenges coming along with the old problems, with emissions, noise, handling of waste, and so forth. But what is the new challenges? Yes, we have an urbanization that's going on. We have a growing population, and we have lack of land. And all these make it even more important to work harder to reduce the emissions, to lower the noise, to have a good cooperation and collaboration with the authorities and the people around the port to become the smart port. And we also think it's important to gaze ahead, what is coming in the future. and focus on it at the same time. The last 2 to 3 years, I would say, we have been working not only talking about environment so much, we talk more about sustainability. And I heard some of my fellow speakers before also saying sustainability. And that is really when you talk about, when you take decisions, you have an economic, an ecological, and social aspect on your decision. Then you really can be, once again, the smart port. A few examples from our own work. I think it's important, which I said before, that you really think about your own impact, not just only talking about your customers or the others. They are doing nothing and we are so good. You must do something yourself first. Then you can talk to others. And you should talk to others and tell what you are doing and making suggestions and try to encourage them to change their behavior. And doing that, you should also talk to your other ports. And because if we do something together, if we do something in Stockholm, and Helsinki will do the same, or Tallinn, or Gdansk, the other countries and other ports will do the same, the effect will be much, much larger. If you are a small port, I heard someone saying, but how can a small port afford to do it? Well, it could be, you can do a little bit, but if you can then convince another port to do the same, it will be a much larger effect of what the little thing you are doing yourself. Well, green cars, it's good. Solar panels, it's good. We can find it. We have LNG vessels in Stockholm, a large ferry again. And we have the OPS. We are building OPS for 4 vessels nowadays with high voltage. And we are hoping that the vessels will use our new equipment that we have invested in. We don't know yet if they will, but we are doing it and hoping. But can we sit there and just hope? No. Of course, we must do something. And then again, we are using the carrots, the incentives to encourage and perhaps influence our customers, our ship owners, to change and perhaps to use the OPS. From the 1st of January this year, we have a new port fee system. Earlier, we had a port fee system with differentiation for sulfur and NOx, nitrogen oxides. But as the law came concerning the sulfur, we changed the system. So now we have for nitrogen oxides, it's a rebate. They get a discount if they have a lower level than normally. They get the LNG vessels that are coming will also get a good discount as well. But I think the most special thing that we have introduced is that we are giving every vessel that will come to us in regular traffic, it must be, because they will promise that we will come to us for 3 years. But if they rebuild their vessel and have the possibility to connect to the things that we have invested in, which are there on the quay now, they will give 1 million Swedish crowns, which is about 100,000 euros, to the vessel. And that is money. And as we have calculated the business case out of this, concerning what is the level of the price of electricity, what is the price for the vessel, really the cost for the vessel to make these installments, and also in Sweden, and I think in Germany as well, there's a reduction of the tax on electricity as well. If you go for all that, it should be a business case for the vessels to do it. once again, we are trying to find a way to make the environmental situation better. And we think this is a way to be a smart port. Look in the future, work together, have incentives. And I wish you all luck if you want to follow us. Thank you.